Hello students, today we will start the chapter number 5, that the forms and frames, that the third part of the HTML. Okay, in this part we will learn how to create a form. Okay, so HTML forms. First of all, you know that what is form, what is the use of the form. Okay, so HTML forms are used to collect information or data from the site visitor or client. Okay, so HTML forms we have to create to collect the information from the user. It is done with the help of the controls. We have to put some types of control just like text box, text area, checkbox, etc, etc, push button. Okay, and that control the information and send it to over. Okay, forms contain some GUI control, graphical user interface controls to interact with users. Okay, some of the important controls are as following. So students, all of you have filled the online form. Okay, so you can check that are multiple controls put over that form, just like to accept your name, there is a text box. For the address storing, there is a big text box that's known as a text area. There are the check boxes, there are the option button, just like for the gender, male, female. Okay, so there are multiple types of controls on the form that is used to collect the information from the user. Okay, so we will discuss here some controls, and in this chapter we will learn how to create a form and how we can put these controls on the form to accept the data or information from the user. Okay, so here we will talk about firstly some important controls, just like first one is the button. Okay, just like save, sometimes it is written on the button okay, cancel, save. Okay, so that's known as a simple button. Submit button, if you want to submit the form after filling it, then there we can see the submit button. By clicking on submit button, the form will be submitted. Okay, reset button, if you want to make empty that form for the another user, then reset button is used for that. Push button, check boxes, just like hobbies, the information that more than one choices we can fill there. So for that, checkboxes are used, just like if subject choosing form, there are the checkbox that in which we can click on the BST, economics, okay, etc, etc, IP, computer science. For if the multiple choices are there, then checkboxes button is used for that. Radio button, that's it. It's also known as the optional button, just like in gender there are two options, male and female. So if you select the male, then female automatically will be deselected. If you will select the female, then male will be automatically deselected. So that type of button is known as a radio button. Combo boxes means a combination of text box plus list also. Okay, sometimes you can see that for choosing the state or for choosing the district, there is a box in which some down arrow is showing, and when we click on this, then a long list appearing to us. Okay, so you can choose from there, or you can type a state name there. Okay, because it's a combination of both text box and list. Okay, password button, to store the password. The password button is there because the advantage of the password or feature of the password button is that the text that you will enter in that box, it will shows only in the asterisk form, okay, or star form. Okay, then text input, that's the text field or text area. These are the controls that is used to accept the textual information from the user. To create a form tag is used, because you know in HTML every work is done with the help of the tag. So to create a form tag is used. Okay, it is a container tag, so we have to close it. It specifies the beginning of the form. Okay, it also includes some unique tags for each. It also includes some unique tags for each control, like input, select, and text area tag. So inside the form tag, we can use some multiple tag to insert multiple types of controls over the form. Okay, so that tags are input tag, select tag, and text area tag. Okay, And now we will discuss about the attributes of the form tag. Okay, so name tag of the form tag attribute. The first attribute of the form tag is name. Name is used to give the name to the form. Action, it specify the script URL which will receive the data on which we have to send the data. When we click on the submit button, the data that I have filled on that form, so that particular data is saved on which specific location, that is mentioned in the action attribute of the form tag. And method attribute, so by using which method data will be submitted. Okay, get, post. Okay, so here you can introduce with the method. Get method, form data is submitted as URL variables, and post form data is submitted as HTTP post. Okay, so by using get, the data is submitted one by one. Okay, and in by using the post method, all the data that is stored in the form, it is stored in one go. Okay, so now we will introduce with the input tag. So it can accept input from the user. There are some form controls that can be added to a form. By using the input tag, we can add some controls like text box, checkbox, radio button, password box, etc. Okay, now we will discuss about the attributes of the input tag. Okay, type, it is specify kind of form control will be added to a form, because by using the input tag we can put multiple types of controls there. So in type attribute, you have to mention the name of the attribute, name of the tag that you want to put there. Input type equals to text, input type equals to check, input type equals to radio. So whatever type of control you want to input there, so that is mentioned in the type. In name attribute, we have to give the name of the control there, because if you want to add more than one control, okay, so you have to give the name of that control to identify that. If you want to insert 3 text boxes, so you have to give identification each and every text box, so you have to give the name, just like you can give name T1, T2, T3. In the same manner, if you want to include more than one checkboxes there, so to differentiate all checkboxes from each other, we have to give the name to each and every checkboxes. So we can give their C box 1, C box 2, C1, C2, whatever you want to give. Okay, value, it is specify the initial value for the element. Size, you can give the size of the text boxes, how many character you want to store in that. Max length, you can give the specify the maximum number of character. You can set the limitation of the input field. Okay, so now first of all I will tell you about how we can add the text box in the form. So first of all, you have to start the form tag, then input type, input tag type, you have to give the if you want to include the tags, if you want to input the tags, so you have to give here type equals to text box. For text box, we have to mention only text. Name, you have to give the name of the text box, whatever you want to give. Here I am giving first name. Size, you can set the size there, and max length you can set here, and then the form. Okay, form tag close, because it is a container tag. Okay, so now here I want to show the practical for that to you. So I have start the notepad, and you can see here I have written the code already. HTML head, form creation, form, input type equals to text, name equals to first name. Now I have saved my file. I want to run this file. Okay, so I have to move on the desktop, and I have to run this file. The name of this file I have written form. So you can see here that you can see one text box here, and you can enter any data here. So I am entering here Hema. Okay, so this is a text box that can contain text in itself. Okay, so in this manner we can create multiple types of controls. So one by one I will show you the practical for that. Okay, and now just like you can see here, okay, text box contain Hema. Okay, now after that move to the next control, adding a checkbox. How we can control the checkbox? So form tag, input type equals to checkbox. You have to give here the type of the control that you want to set on the form. So input type equals to checkbox, name I have given here C1, value graduate, and checked. You can see here the checked means a graduate value automatically apply the check mark on that. Okay, next checkbox I want to apply. So input type equals to checkbox, name I have to given here C2, value postgraduate. So two checkboxes I want to add on my form, a graduate and postgraduate. And graduate checkbox by default it will be checked or symbol on that. Okay, so now I am showing the practical for that. Okay, so and now you can see that firstly we have to use the basic tags, that's the HTML. Okay, and then head. Okay, so you can give any heading here, checkbox. Okay, checkbox insertion. Okay, so head tag close here. Okay, body tag is not used in the form tag. Okay, so there is no use to for body tag here, and after form tag you have to directly close the HTML. Okay, control S, then we can give here the name form1.html. okay, and now I have to save my file, and I have to save my file because I have not set the location there, form1.html, and I have to set here location desktop. Okay, then save. Okay, and now what I have to do, I have to run my file, so we can check here form1. Okay, now I have to, now you can see here that checkbox insertion is my heading, and two boxes are showing here, graduate and postgraduate. Okay, so in this manner we can